been a minute since I've been on here, and I'm coming back live, and we are going to make a cute new craft kit that I want to share with you guys. It's actually 4 stencils in one, but it is a smaller stencil, so it's not like a ton of work. And it's gonna be kind of fun because it's not one seasonal craft. It is actually a craft that will carry you into several seasons. So I'm real excited to show you guys what we're gonna make. I don't even have a sample. So this is gonna be the sample that I'm going to make and put this up live on the website. And we'll make the crafts, and you guys can get these crafts and make these going into all the holiday seasons. So I'm kind of excited because it takes us from like fall into Halloween, and then it goes into like November where it's like sweater time, and Thanksgiving, hopefully it's sweater time in Florida, and then into Christmas. So this is a craft that you can do like that you will have for decoration in your house for all the seasons, and you just kind of change it up. So I'm gonna get into it just to kind of show you guys exactly what I am talking about. All right, sorry, I had to cut that thing. All right, so here we go. It is a little miniature kind of like house, and it has a little roof, and then it has kind of like a little ornament or like a little you know, stencil that kind of shows the season. So it's super fun. I'm laying out my little stencils that I have here, and I have scrapbook paper that we are going to Mod Podge onto the house. But I wanted to go ahead and start with my little roof and getting it stained and into place. So let me pull out, let's see, you can use stain, or you can use, which I don't need this is not stain. You can use like whatever colors you want to do. The paint would not be included in this kit, so it's gonna be one of our lower cost kits. So you can pick your paints and do whatever paints that you want, but it's gonna include the stencils, it's gonna include scrapbook paper, and of course the wood and everything for you to change it up. So I'm gonna grab some stain paint here, and I'm gonna go ahead and stain the roof portion, which are these 2 little pieces of wood, and these are going to be, you know, like the roof of our little house. And you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about in just a minute. But let me go ahead and get the stain going on here first. And I'm just using this Antique Wax by Waverly, just a little dab, and then kind of using this sponge brush to stain and give this a little bit of color. So I'm just dabbing it on into place. And you guys, I know it's been a little bit since I've been on, like maybe around a week or so. So if you don't remember, sprinkle the video. That's always fun. And I like to go back and see who does that. And sometimes we send out prizes and things like that. So we try to keep it fun over here with Crafty Life Mom. And the other thing is, in 2 days, if you are local to my area, I am going to be teaching a craft kit for fall at one of the local sewing shops here in town. So I've shared the link on here, so you just need to go look for the event if you're interested in that. You'll want to definitely, I think there's still some tickets left, but it will sell out, or it could sell out, I should say. So if you're interested, definitely go look for the event. It's at So Unique Sewing here in Winter Haven. All right, so I'm going along and I'm doing my little roof pieces here, okay? And then before I show you the main event, or like the main piece or the main house, I'm gonna go ahead and do the stencils. And this little kit includes 4 small stencils. And the reason we want to do those first is because they have a base to the stencil, or to the ornament, I guess. And we are going to get the backgrounds painted first so that we can go and actually come back with our stencil and stencil on it. Well, we want that paint to kind of be dry so that we can work with it. So we want that part to be done first. All right, so here we go. I've stained my little wood pieces, and these are gonna kind of go together and make a roof on the piece that we're making today, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and move those to the side. And then what I'm going to do is, let me move my bowl over here to the side, is I'm going to lay out the round discs that come in this kit. There's 4 that come in the kit, and each one is going to represent like a holiday or a season. So what will happen is this will kind of hang on the house, and you guys will see what I'm talking about as we go through. All right, so I'm gonna turn that off for now so I don't waste the battery. These are the stencils. So the first one is sweater weather. And you can do sweater weather, that's a mouthful, sweater weather, if you want to first, and then like display that, and then go into like the Halloween one, which says trick or treat. We also have gather together. So this one is a good like Thanksgiving-y one. And then I have a Christmas one that says merry and bright. So we're gonna put these 4 stencils on each of our discs, and I'm going to go ahead and paint our discs now so that they're dry so that we can come back and do the stencil after we make the house. So it's a fun, easy little craft kit. You can do it with the kids even, you know, or each person in the family can get a ornament and do the ornament, and you guys can have it, you know, as a fun little thing that you have in your home, and it has 4 seasons, or 4 like typical like holidays / seasons in one. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my Christmas one here, and I'm going to paint it a red based paint. Let me pull this off. It's a new bottle. This is the Waverly chalk paint as well, and it's called Crimson. It's more of that true red color. And I'm just going to pull some of that paint out, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint the background of my little ornament here. Super easy. And I'm just kind of like, you know, doing a nice coat on it, not too thick, not too thin, and just kind of getting that color on there for the red. Okay, and then I'm going to move on because that's the background of the Merry and Bright one, and I wanted it to be red, so we're going to move on from the red. I'm going to have several colors here. I think for Halloween, we're going to do orange, obviously. So let's do the orange. Let me move that over here. So how are you guys doing? You guys leave me a comment and tell me what's new, what's not new. How's life? It's been a little bit busy for me, but I don't mind at all. I think we're all in good spirits here lately. There's, you know, stuff happening. We're getting back into our groove of life at school and fall and all of those things. So definitely is a good thing. I can't complain. All right, so now I've got my orange one, and you see here, I'm just using like a little sponge, and I'm just painting this. Now you can definitely do these rounds where you leave a bit of it, you know, raw, and kind of make them like miniature ornament wreaths if you want. Or you can just do the whole thing. I'm gonna do these solid just to kind of show you the basic way that you can do this, but you can actually convert these into a ton of different versions. Like you can make it your own and style it for whatever you want. You can add to it. You can even use like glitter. It's totally up to you. All right, so we've kind of got Christmas and Halloween taken care of. Now let's think about, we have Thanksgiving, and we have like a fall one, which is gather together, which I would probably use that for Thanksgiving, and then sweater weather. So I am thinking for, let's see, I'm gonna do like a chocolate brown with the gather together, because that just kind of resonates a little bit with Christmas, or I'm sorry, with Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna squirt out just some of that. I'm not gonna do it too heavy. I definitely want the brown to be darker than my wood roof. So you can kind of see here, this is the brown paint, and then this is the stain. So there's two different shades, which is kind of how we want it since they're gonna be at one point sitting near each other. I'm hoping that makes sense. You'll see here in just a minute exactly what I'm talking about with this kit. We kind of want them to be, you know, a little bit different, but it's totally fine if they're in the same family, all right? So I've got, let's see here, I've got 3 discs out of the 4 painted. And so now, lastly, we have, hey Stephanie, hey Jenny, how are you guys doing? Let me see, I got one little thing there. So now I have 3 of the 4 circles painted, okay? So the last little one we have to come up with is sweater weather. So real quickly, you guys, give me a comment. What is a great like overall color for sweater weather? Like if those words come into your head, you're thinking fall, cozy season. We already have an orange and we kind of already have a brown. So what's another color that comes into mind with fall and sweaters? I was kind of thinking like a dark teal or maybe a navy. What do you guys think? Because I don't want to use any of the 3 colors that I already have here, which is red, orange, and brown. So what do you guys think? What's a color? Leave me a comment really quick and tell me, because I can even do like a gray, maybe. What do you guys think? I'm kind of struggling with what a sweater weather, can't say those words fast. I feel like I sound like that cartoon that says like silly rabbit, like silly wabbit, whatever. That's how I feel, tongue-tied as I'm talking here. And I got some paint on the back of mine. That's totally fine if that happens to you. You're not gonna see it. If it slides over to the back like mine did, don't even worry about it, okay? So real quick, you guys, tell me a color of fall that resonates with the words sweater weather, right? So you said you would probably do a cream color. Gray is pretty, or a maroon. Well, we did like a crimson red for the Christmas one, but let me see. What do you guys think? I'm thinking either like the gray. So let me show you what I have in my bucket over here. I have this teal, which I really like this teal, but I almost feel like it's actually Caribbean. I almost feel like it's too summery / springy. It would definitely need to be darker. You know what I do have? Maybe like a plum purple color. I don't really have a purple, but I do have in my stash over here these 2 colors. So I have a Merlot and I have a peacock, which is more of a darker teal. So do you guys think we should do one of these 2 colors? Maybe the peacock or the Merlot? What do you guys think? Gosh, it's so hard. I like the idea of the cream, but our opposite color that's gonna contrast with this will be white. So I'm gonna have like orange and white. I'm gonna have red and white. I'm gonna have the brown and white, because the white's gonna pop off the color. So cream and white would be, you wouldn't be able to see it, especially from like further away. So you guys tell me really quick for the words sweater weather, I'm trying to say it right. What color would you do? Would you do the peacock teal or would you do the Merlot plummy color? Let me see. I'm gonna open them up. Tell me in the comments really quick. Hey Jody, hey Andy. I think I saw Lisa pop on. Hey Lisa. Dark green. Like a hunter green maybe? That makes you think of it. Okay, I don't know if I have a dark green. I kind of have a lime green. I could probably add black to it. So Sharon says Merlot. So this is the Merlot. And look, that's not that bad with the red, right? So like sweater weather, and then this is like our Christmas one. Or, so that's the Merlot. Let me put that out of the way without getting it on me or my clothing. And then this is the peacock, which is like the darker teal. Let me get this open here. Oh, it doesn't really have any on it. So let me use my little dauber to show you guys the color. So there's more of the darker peacock color. What do you guys think? Hey, Joni. So do you think dark teal, like peacock color, or the Merlot? Let me show you again. I kind of like the Merlot. Which one do you guys think? I've only seen Merlot pop up in dark green. I don't really have. So we'll go with the Merlot. Like, I'm game. Let's make it fall around here. Okay, I gotta put that where I need a little pencil or like a little pad. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do the Merlot. Any last words? Merlot again, Lisa. Okay, good. So we got 2 Merlots. All right, so we've got 4 discs going here. Let me get that out of the way. And we're doing different little discs or ornaments, however you want to call it. This is a new craft kit. It's gonna go up in the shop. It's an easy craft kit. It's not gonna take you long. It's taking me a little longer because I'm talking through it, but you can totally like do it how I'm doing it. You can use whatever paint you want, and you can totally add to it and make it your own. And depending on how well you guys like this one, I may try to come back and add like ornaments in the new year that go with like spring or Valentine's or whatever. But we're gonna start with what we're headed into now, which is the fall season, Halloween trick-or-treating, sweater weather, right? And Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's the seasons or holidays that we are covering right now. So there's our 4 discs. I really think the red and Merlot are good contrast, so we're gonna be good with that. Hey Rhonda, how are you? Oh, love you too. Okay, so let me move that to the side, and then I'm gonna show you the 2 options of scrapbook paper that come with the kit. So you have your choice. If I can make it work out where you get both options, then you could probably do like a front and the back. Maybe we'll go ahead and just include that in that. So of course I have a love for farmhouse theme, so that's gonna be the vibe on this kit. But if you purchase the kit, you're gonna get all of the wood ornaments that come with it, the discs. You're gonna get the roof, you're gonna get the little house, and all of the stencils that you need to make each one. And then you're just gonna need like glue, paint, and like a thumbtack or something like that, and any ribbon if you want to embellish the last part of it, which I'm gonna show you here. Okay, so let me go ahead and put away my peacock because we're not using that. And the Merlot, we're done with the Merlot. And we're done with our other colors here. All right, so here's the little house. Look how cute this is, okay? So, and it comes with, I have another one right here. It comes with the little roof pieces, okay? They're already cut to size, which you saw me staining earlier. These are right here. So they're drying. I did these with a chalk paint gel wax stain from Waverly. So you put the little roof pieces on here. We're gonna hot glue ours. You can totally do wood glue if you have more time. I don't. So you can do it where it hangs over a lot, or you can center it and you can do both sides with scrapbook paper if you want to do that too, and have the option of having it be double-sided. Totally up to you, okay? And once this live is done and I get these listed in the shop, I will come back and link it so it's here, and I'll do a post because I'm really excited about this kit. So I have my 2 little houses here. I'm just gonna do one, and maybe we'll do both sides. So the 2 options of paper that come with it is the shiplap paper, okay, and the buffalo check paper. So you can do this to whatever vibe you're feeling. Now you can do any other scrapbook paper that you have if you prefer to do a different theme than that farmhouse style. I just like this because buffalo check is still very popular. A lot of people have it still in their homes, and while I've done less buffalo check this year going into the seasons, I still have a sprinkling of it around, so I'm kind of excited to still kind of use it for this project. And I also, who doesn't love a good shiplap? I mean, come on, this is a really good paper. So we could totally do this one, or we could do the buffalo check. Do you guys have a favorite? I think I'm gonna do a buffalo check because why not, right? Why not? All right, so all you need to do is when you get the paper, it's not going to be pre-cut, but it's going to be cut pretty close. And you just need like a pen or a pencil. Got one here. And you're just going to trace out that little house shape. Okay, like so. And then you're not even going to paint your little house. Of course, you could paint your little house. It's totally up to you. And then you're just going to cut out the shape of your little house like this. All right. And we're going to Mod Podge the paper right onto our little house. Very, very, very easy. Let me see, let me get my bottle that's already open. And I need another, let's see. I got another brush. And nope, I have to get one out of here. So let's do that. I go through these sponge brushes like crazy. Okay, so I'm just going to put the Mod Podge right on the wood. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can totally use glue. You could even use hot glue, but I don't recommend that because it might make a bubble or something in it. So yeah, that's totally up to you what you use, but again, you can do whatever. Casey, I forgot to grab the the thumbtack or the nail that I was gonna do for this. Can you bring it to me? Yeah. Okay, so the thumbtack is easier, so we'll probably do that. It's probably what most people have. All right, so there is my little buffalo check house. Look how cute this is. You could even stain the side of the house if you want to. I think I'm gonna kind of leave it natural. What do you guys think? Yes, no, maybe so? Yeah? What do you think? Do you like it? And just for like good measure, I'm gonna go back with my Mod Podge here and just do my edges. Make sure that paper is nicely glued, sealed on there at the end. Thank you. I'm just gonna need it at the end. I just forgot about it. Didn't want to do it all. Oh, you brought me a ton. That's fine. Thank you. That's my good helper. Okay, so we're gonna let that little house dry. Let's move on to the fun part, which is the stencils. Okay, so hopefully our little discs are back to like being dry. And like I said, you get the 4 little stencils in the kit. So let's start with the first one would probably be, you guys want to do sweater weather? We can pretend, right? The Floridians, we can all pretend that we are wearing sweaters, even though it's still hot outside in the middle of September, right? We can make our house like really cold with the air conditioning and then turn down, you know, make it real cold, put on a blanket and snuggle up, right? That could be our sweater weather. All right, so all you're gonna do is just remove the backing off of your stencil pattern, okay? And then you're gonna press it down really good onto the ornament or to the disc that you want to stencil the words on. And you just kind of use your fingers, you know, press it down, warm it up, make sure it's on there, sealed really good, okay? And then you're gonna use like a fingernail or something to lift up the clear sheet, okay? And it's kind of hard because this is a round one, but just, you know, give it a minute, take your time. You guys know this is probably like the hardest part. Some of this you can cut off the corner edges to see if that helps you get a little bit of more give. Here we go, let's see here. Let me make it, I'm pulling it up and the stencil at the same time. Okay, so there we go. So make sure you press it down really good. As you start to get a little give where you're lifting up the clear sheet, you kind of, can you see that? See how the blue is still down, but the clear tape is coming up? It's the transfer sheet. That's the part that you want to peel away. Press it down as you peel like this, and it's gonna reveal the stencil only, right? The part you're going to paint. And then you just do that all the way to the end and it'll be free. Boop, like that. All right, so now I am going to go ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of Mod Podge with my finger right into the parts that I'm stenciling. And you don't have to do this step. You can totally skip this step if you want to. The reason I like to do this one, do it this way, or I don't like to skip this step, is because it prevents, or I wouldn't say 100% prevents, but it actually helps it from bleeding, okay? So if you do this, then it won't bleed when you go to paint with your stencil. You don't have to, but it's super easy. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down my Christmas one. Again, just pressing with my fingers like that, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and just cut off my little edges so that kind of gives me a little bit more give on my stencil. Or you can look to where your stencil like didn't run all the way and you can lift the clear part there. Super easy. Look at that. And it's gonna come off. You just need to put your thumb down or something like that to kind of hold the stencil in place. And I'm gonna recommend that you go ahead and cut all the corners off on these round shapes just to kind of give yourself a little bit better leverage when you're pulling this off, okay? Because I know some of you have, like, you've mentioned it where you have like the stencil stuff. This is really easy if you just do it like this. And there it is, okay? All right, and so I'm gonna Mod Podge that one too. And I'm gonna get it all smooth. And again, this is gonna help it from bleeding so we don't have any bleeding, okay? And these are kits, guys. So these are, you know, like these designs are like pre-done, okay? And so you purchase the kit with the design. You're not able to get the design, but they're pre-done, all right? So let's take a look here. We're gonna do the gather one, and then I'll go ahead and make one for you guys so that you can see, because the Mod Podge should be dry. All right, so now we have gather together. And I also want to do the opposite side of my little house so you can see how my little house can look if I put scrapbook paper on the other side as well, okay? All right, so I'm gonna peel that and get this one Mod Podging. Oh, I'm gonna peel it. I say I am, but then I don't. You gotta really make sure that you press it down. I don't think I did that one on this. Just to get it here into place, okay? All right, let's see. All right, I'm peeling that, and like I said, it just takes a couple of, you know, seconds. I know it's sometimes frustrating, but it's not, once you get it started, it's really not that hard to pull your stencil back. This is for any vinyl too. So if you guys work with your Cricuts or your Silhouette machines, you just, instead of pulling your vinyl, let me lay it flat. Instead of pulling your vinyl like up and off, put your fingers down and like pull it with flat on your project. It will help keep it together and prevent ripping and tearing. Not 100% because that still happens, but it will still help with that from happening, okay? And I'm just gonna Mod Podge this as well into my little pieces here. Let me get that all done. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my shiplap paper as well. We're gonna put these over to the side, let that dry. Let me kind of clean up my mess. And we're gonna do the opposite side of our house because I want you guys to see what it's gonna look like with these two papers. You can totally do any scrapbook papers you want, but these are the ones we're gonna put in the kit. I've gone and just bought up a ton of it and ordered a ton of it. So we are good to go. All right, here we go. We got the house shape. We're cutting. And then we're just gonna glue this right on the back. Using the Mod Podge brush, like that. Right onto the wood. and the paper goes right on. And you know what? I did this up and down. You could totally do this going across. You could do horizontal shiplap. You could do vertical shiplap. Whatever it is, that's your fancy. So look at that. So we have two options of our house. So you can flip this if you want to, or you can just do one side and use the paper for something else. It's totally up to you. You can do this however many ways or whatever you find you want to do, okay? Make it your own, because that's always fun. All right, so let's stencil one of the ornaments. Oh, I have it right here. I'm gonna use a white chalk paint, but again, you can do whatever color you want to do. I just like the way white pops off of the colors that we kind of have in place here. I think it's a great contrast, so again, that's what I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm getting to the end of my little white bottle here, so that's always exciting. All right, let's see. Come on, it's coming, it's coming. Let's see, I've gotta, sorry guys, keep getting some notifications on there. All right, come on. Might be all day. All right, I might have to scrape it out here. Let's see. I think I'm done with the one, so I'm just gonna pull some out here. Okay, so normally the technique is that you take your brush and you kind of like dab off the excess with this stenciling technique, and you just kind of sponge this into the stencil. You don't want to overdo it, which is why I'm gonna pick up this little brush, because it will bleed or smudge, and I might get a little bit of that since I used the bigger brush. So I'm gonna try and stay with this little one. That kind of helps. Now, some of these colors are very, very bright, so you might need to do 1 to 2 coats of the stenciling technique. It's totally up to you how bright you want the white to pop off the color, okay? So let me go ahead and get 1 white coat on this ornament. And I need some more. Here, you know what? I have white acrylic paint, so I'm gonna just use that. You can really use any paint, guys. Well, geez, I use a lot of white. This one's out too. All right, there we go. Now I've got some. All right, so let's go back and we're gonna stencil it again with just this little dabbing technique, okay? And we did the Mod Podge to hopefully prevent smudging, but you know, that's not guaranteed, so just keep that in mind when you're doing these kind of stenciling projects, any other projects that I have actually listed in the shop. So, all right, so I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna work on the next one, and then we will reveal one of these and see how it looks, okay? So hang tight, because I know you guys are waiting to see what is happening. What is she making? All right, actually, let's go ahead and let that one dry, and then let's glue on our roof. So you can stand up your little house like this, either way, whichever way you want to do it. The pieces of wood are pre-cut. There's a long and a short, okay? So what you want to do is glue the short one on first, which these instructions will be included. And you can decide if you want it to hang like forward on your ledge or if you want to center it, however you want to do it, okay? I'm going to use hot glue, and I'm just going to put a little bead of it down on my roof, and I'm going to center my little piece of wood and just make sure that I get it right up to the edge, because we did the scrapbook paper on both sides, okay? So I just want to make sure that it stays. You can certainly do a wood glue, and I kind of recommend doing a wood glue because that will actually last longer. So there's like, you know, hey, a little house. And now that I see this like in the camera, I would probably go and stain this or paint this white, okay? I'm not going to right now because I got to touch it. So next we'll do the other side of our roof. Just a hot glue bead down, okay? And again, I'm gonna attach this one. Let me do it this way. And I'm gonna make sure it overlaps on the shorter piece. And I will kind of show you what I mean here. Let me just hold this down and make sure that it has a second to adhere. But you can see there how I met two pieces together. So one is slightly shorter, longer. You see that, how it kind of overlaps like that? Okay, so there's our little house. I have a buffalo check one, I have a shiplap one, and now what we're gonna do is, I'll stand that up. I've done my little ornament, right? And we have our sweater weather going. Let me get that one so you guys can see that color. And I'm just stenciling all of these white. You could totally do white, black, whatever bright color or contrast color you think is going to pop off of the background color best, okay? It's totally however you want to make it. All right, let's see here. Okay, ta-da! All right, so this one should be dry enough. So let's go ahead and show you. And I want to tell you, these are going to have, these actually are the sample ones. So these are not pre-drilled yet, but they will be, so that you can just tie them up with a little bow and put it right on to your house. Or you can, you know, attach a magnet. I don't know, if you want to be fancy, you can totally do that. A magnet would be kind of cool because you can just kind of stick it on. I like the idea of doing like a little hole in it, which is what's going to come with. And then you can put a bow or a cute little piece of ribbon like that. All right, so here we go. I have my little weeding tool, okay? And I'm picking out all these little blue pieces before I show it to you. And I will just show you what this one will look like. And then I will finish up this kit and come back with a couple of photos, probably by tomorrow, and list the kit so you guys can purchase it, okay? All right, so here is, look how cute this is, the Merry and Bright. And then it's gonna have the hole, and you would hang it right in your house, and then this sits on your shelf or your coffee bar or wherever. You can have it on an end table, your coffee table, wherever. And then you could even put like a little bow up here if you want to, like a little neutral bow. Here's how it looks on the shiplap, which is, look at the colors. I love this. So adorable. Okay, there's that one. Let me see if my sweater weather is dry, and I will show you guys that one because these are so adorable. I think for trick or treat, which is this one right here, we didn't stencil. I'm thinking black for that color. What do you think? So cute. Thanks, Sharon. All right, so let me show you. I've painted the stencil, right? Now I'm just going to lift this off, so I'll show you guys how I do it. Just be very careful with it. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want it to rip. You know, I mean, it's going to rip, but you don't want it to smear or smudge. And then, you know, using your little tool, or you can do it like with your fingernail like I'm doing. Just kind of lift those little inside pieces out of there. Okay. And you guys, this is super cute and adorable. And you have a piece of, you know, like crafty fun, seasonal decor. It's not too huge. And you can display this on, you know, pretty much anywhere in your home. I don't know. It's up to you where you put it. I would love to see pictures. If you guys end up doing this kit, I would love, love, love to see some pictures of this kit, okay? And maybe I'll put them up in the shop or something like that too. All right, so I'm gonna pick these out really quickly and show you what the sweater weather looks like. Now, I'm looking at my little paint job on this one. I probably should have done 2 coats, so it makes sense to take your time and do the 2 coats. I know I've kind of gone quickly just to kind of get the idea across on this one, but I wanted to pop on here and show you guys this new kit that I have coming to the shop. So super fun. All right, look at that sweater weather. The Merlot turned out really cute. Whoever's idea was for Merlot, I'm loving that. All right, so here, and then it can hang right here, and a little bow. How cute, guys. What do you think? Here it is on the buffalo check side. I really love these colors together. That's super adorable. What do you guys think? I'll show you the Christmas again. And then like just imagine like the orange for Halloween, or if you want to be more neutral, like this is super adorable. So I'm gonna finish crafting and I will get these listed and posted tomorrow and show you guys the finished project. And hopefully you guys will have fun making these. I will see you all next time. And if you have any questions, don't forget, you can always message me. I'm also over on Instagram and would love to have you follow or watch along over there. I try to do stuff daily. Doesn't always happen. 3 kids, life's crazy. But, so yeah, check it out and I will see you guys next time, okay? All right, have a good night. Bye. Well, it won't let me finish hitting the button. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's still going.